Right, what we're going to do today is going to show you how to dismantle one of these windows. It's very, very simple. The first thing you've got to do is sheet up. If you look around, we've sheeted up everything. This is just the beginning. When we come to clean the sashes, then we'll sheet up even further. But this is the basic requirement. As you can see, as I showed you in the first video, there's loads and a few basic tools. There's loads and loads more, but these are the basic tools. And the first thing you need to do is have your hacking knife and a hammer. Now we're going to start on a small window. As you can see, it's in reasonable condition. The ropes are still on, but what we've got to do first is we've got to take off this bit here on either side, which is called the staff bead. And the way we do that is there'll be a nail in there, and there should be a nail down there. Very often these split, the staff beads. But what we do is we put the hacking knife in the middle there, just above the line, and we push it away from the stile. The reason we push away from the stile is so that you don't damage this edge. Generally, there's about 3 to 5 nails, but that's it. It generally splits because they've been in and out so many times over the years. And we always replace these. Now, just to show you, there's the middle nail. This nail down here is actually been placed too low. It should be somewhere up there, and the reason being is that it's then easier to take the staff bead out when it's in one piece. So we put that to one side. We don't worry about that for the moment. Again, same thing. And pull away from the stile. This one may come out in one piece, but you can never tell. Again, you can see one nail's in the middle, one nail's there, and they may have put one up there. We'll find out in a second. And there's one there. Again, a little bit low. That should generally be somewhere about there. The one up there should be somewhere about there. Again, you can see a little bit too high, which makes it a little more difficult to bend the staff bead out. Then what we do is we take the bottom out. Sometimes these are one piece. In this particular instance, we could see that it was 2 pieces. Come on, girl. And those are broken off, but you can see that's almost definitely the original. You can see all the different times it's been nailed in. So in order to get the sash out, undo the clip. Sometimes the clip isn't there. Now, because we change the sash cords every time, what we do is cut them and tie them off. And the reason we tie them off is so that the weight inside the chamber is actually under control all the time. Otherwise it would bounce down the bottom, and then sometimes they could be very difficult to remove. So we do that. That stops the weight going down. And now all we have to do is lift the sash out. That's the theory. Look how it shakes. And voila, that's the first bit out. Stop. Right. Right. This bit here is called the passing bead. Yeah, it goes from top to bottom. And in order to get this sash out, we have to take this out. So we use a pair of pliers. These are my favourite pliers for doing it, but there's all sorts of different types. And you literally just take it out gently. Again, these can be quite fragile and can break, as that one has at the top. Yeah. And then on this side, you do the same. That was already broken. And you need to twist them slightly to get past that point there. Now, you have to see whether the window is loose. It's loose on one side, but not on the other. So all we do is we tap against there. If it's not been screwed in, yeah, it should be free to move. There we are. That's it down. Now, once again, we take a knife, standing knife, get hold of the cord, sash cord, cut it through. Again, tie it off because you don't want the weight to go down to the bottom of the weight chamber, because otherwise it can be very difficult. As you can see on this side, the sash cord is already broken. The pulleys are quite rotten. Yeah, so sometimes you can clean these up, but I've found it much better just to put new pulleys in. So we lift the window up slightly, twist it on one side so it comes out, and there you have your sashes out of the way. Now, in order to go any further, we need to get into the pockets, and the way we do that is with a screwdriver and a screw. Put the screw in there quite deep and just hook out the pocket. It's by far the easiest way to do it, I've found. Rather than trying to take it out by any other method. And there we are, both sides are done. And as they say at Staples, Staples no longer exists. That was easy. Yeah. So in here, we've got what's called a wagtail. Yeah. And the reason for the wagtail, yeah, is to separate the two halves of the chamber so that the weights don't collide. Stop. Stage is to get the weights out. And to get the weights out, pull down on the rope. Always take out the bottom sash first. Yeah. And as you can see, that's the weight going up and down in the chamber. Can you take it closer for that? Yeah, that's the weight going up in the chamber. And this is the pocket that has come out. So you just lower it down and take the weight out. Now, what I do is, so that I know which was the bottom weight, I take the sash cord out. Now I know that that one is the bottom seam. So we go on the other side. We'll undo the rope, lower it down. There's the weight again. And once again, take the weight out, the cord out. We know that those two were the bottom weights. Then we take the top sash out. Undo the cord that we previously cut. Now here it gets a little bit trickier. You have to move the wagtail out of the way with your fingers. Reach in. You can only do this with small weights. When the weights get bigger, you've got to really protect your fingers. Now, if I leave the rope on this one, I know that that was the top sash, so that it shouldn't get confused. So on this side, again, because the rope had already broken, we take the wagtail out of the way with our fingers, reach in, and we can feel there's the weight, and that's the sash cord out. That is how to dismantle the window in order to be able to work on them. So the next stage is to take the pulleys out. This is the open window. Nearly everything's gone. But the pulleys are not in good condition, so we're going to take those out. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put the pockets back in. The reason we put the pockets back in is because we're going to clean up the frame, and in order to make sure that everything is nice and smooth, now we put the pockets back in, but we done in one piece. We take the screws out. Let me put that on first. That's that open stuff.